Went ahead and got the old limit strap tabs cut off. Everything is flap wheeled smooth. Shop vacked up my disaster that was on the floor here. Got the axle recentered underneath the chassis, which takes a little bit of work. On my upper links, I decided to actually put those kickers up on the chassis. You see it over here too. There. That gives me a good spot to mount my upper links at the chassis. They're wider apart up there, which means I can space them a little wider right here. It gives me a little more room in front of my motor and my motor mounts. As opposed to being real close in the center of the truss, I can space them out a little more and still maintain some good triangulation. Sometimes the fun does not end in the shop. Right now I'm currently up in the garage, working on a dump truck and putting headlight bulbs in the focus here, and we're going to change spark plugs. Because sometimes at 9:30 p.m. that's what you got to do. Maybe we'll clean up some leaves, I don't know. Pro tip, everybody, I ordered like 800 sets of 1 1/4 Heims for this thing. And then you get them and there's just like a big old box of unassembled Heims. It's a little messy. So I put everything together, which takes a bit to unwrap it and put everything together. Then I write L for left-handed thread, and then I'll write an R on all the right-handed threads, and that way it's easy for me to go back later and just grab them and put them where I want. I mean, eventually you probably will just end up throwing, you know, all your left-handed thread on an axle end, right hand on your chassis end, and it's easy to remember. But when you're assembling the buggy, you'll have like a million different parts scattered on your table as you're building your links. So, Wild Polar Bear just entered the shop. What are you doing over there? How's it going? Hi. This is not my dog, by the way. I mean Polar Bear. I think it just likes hanging out with buggies. We're drilling lots of 3/4 inch holes, people. And these are 1.5 inches thick. I mean, I don't know if it shows on camera. So on my rear lowers, it is a 2-inch OD quarter wall, but they're pretty long links. So I'm actually gonna slide in a short section of 1.5 quarter wall on the inside. But that'll help keep it from wanting to bend. That'll add a little bit of an insurance policy to my link. So all of my link mounts on the chassis, they also get this guy. Not that much fun to cut out manually, but it looks nice and it adds a ton of strength. All right, I got one more pair cut out. Now I'm gonna weld them in. So that's what it ended up looking like up here after basically starting over on top of the truss. I will have to add some, some strength to the side of the tabs. Okay, we have them welded in, and I actually ran a full bead down the side here. It was just tacked in, but I wanted to add some strength so that way I can cycle the suspension without ripping the tack welds off as I do that. There's the other side. I really don't feel like doing this right now, but I think I'm gonna unbox all of the new shocks, which is gonna eat up some time, and then probably start mounting them. I mean, it's an important job, and it's rewarding once they're done, but it takes a bit to do it, to be honest with you. Making sure all your tabs are where you want them and all that crap. All of these are purchased from AccuTune, by the way. Threw some welds on these tabs. This is boring stuff, but you know what? I did it. Wow, guys, what a blast it is holding the bolts and the misalignment spacers and the heavy long shock and the tabs and everything else, you know, trying to get everything lined up. It's fun, and I'm not getting frustrated because, you know, I live for this. I live for getting frustrated. Therefore, I'm not frustrated at all. All of the front shock tabs are fully welded. And not only is it important for this to be strong because it's a pretty important piece, but this stuff is right in front of everybody's eyes. So it's nice to get a weld that you're happy with because everybody's gonna see it. Onto the back. I'm almost done mounting the shocks in the back. Took way longer than the front, really, because in the front, I was just able to tuck underneath the hoop. In the back, I'm just free balling, so it's up to me to get the angles correct on the tabs on top. Also, you know what these tires are bad for? Dragging welding cables across. They keep getting hung up on the sharp corners. It's bullcrap. All right, all 4 shocks are now mounted. So that's a good thing.